I used to wonder why the top 1% seem to have all the luck. They start learning skills years before they become valuable. They build relationships that turn into amazing opportunities. They make moves that look crazy at first, but work out perfectly later. Then I realized something that changed everything. They're not lucky. They're not smarter. They just think differently than the other 99%. They see 3 moves ahead, while everyone else is stuck looking at move 1. But here's what's really wild about how this works. This is how 1% minds think 3 moves ahead, while everyone else gets blindsided. You know that friend who seems to dodge every disaster? The one who quits jobs right before layoffs happen? They're not psychic. They're not lucky. They just think in layers while you think in moments. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to install this same thinking pattern in your own head. Most people see what's right in front of them. Smart people see what's coming next, what that leads to, and what happens after that. Think of your brain like a camera. Most people zoom in super close on what's happening now. Smart people zoom out and see the whole picture. They see the connections. They see the consequences. Here's how this breaks down. Level 1 is what happens today. You take the job, you get the paycheck. You buy the house, you get the keys. You start the relationship, you feel good. Level 2 is what happens over months. You learn skills, build connections, gain experience. Your mortgage shapes your spending. Your partner's habits become your habits. Level 3 is what happens over years. You become someone completely different. Your entire life path changes. Your identity shifts. Your possibilities expand or shrink. Most people stop at level 1 and wonder why they're always surprised by what comes next. Here's how to build this thinking pattern into your daily routine. It's simpler than you think. Before you make any big choice, ask 3 questions, just 3. What breaks if this goes sideways? This forces you to see the downside before you're committed. What improves if this works out? This helps you spot opportunities you might miss. What does this make possible 5 years from now? This activates the long-term thinking that changes everything. Start small with choices that don't matter much. Which coffee shop to visit? Which book to read next? Which friend to call back first? Which route to take home? Practice on tiny decisions first. Your brain needs to build this pathway when the stakes are low. Then when it matters, the thinking happens automatically. Within weeks, your brain will start seeing patterns it missed before. Problems that used to blindside you become visible from miles away. Opportunities that others miss become obvious to you. Smart people don't just make better choices, they design better options for themselves. While you're picking between bad and worse, they created good and great. They're not playing the same game as everyone else. They're playing a game where losing becomes almost impossible. Think about it. When you can see problems coming, you avoid them. When you can see opportunities forming, you position yourself first. When you understand long-term consequences, you make choices that compound in your favor. That's why opportunities seem to find them. That's why problems that destroy others barely slow them down. That's why their lives look effortless, while yours feels like constant crisis management. They built a life where good things happen more often and bad things happen less often. They engineered their reality instead of just reacting to it. You can build this too. It just starts with thinking past today. It starts with asking those 3 questions. It starts with training your brain to see around corners. But here's what separates the 1% who master this thinking from the 99% who never get there. Most people learn these 3 questions and still end up making the same mistakes. They see the layers, they understand the consequences, but something deeper sabotages them every single time. Watch this video to understand why most people fail despite knowing what to do. You'll uncover the mental trap that often keeps smart people stuck in average results. Plus, you'll learn the straightforward shift that can dramatically free you from this pattern. When your next setback hits, your brain will make a split-second decision that either opens new pathways or shuts them down completely. The 1% have a different protocol running in that moment, and once you see it, you can never think like the 99% again.